Well, welcome to the video. It is August 31st. I'll be doing some live trading here, maybe a few other things as well. I am already in a position. It is, what time is it? It's 8:39, so I entered a position right around 8:36, so I wait about 5 minutes into the market open, kind of get a feel how the market moves. Now, that position I'm in the NQ. I have 5 lots in the NQ, or net position 5. I have trailing stops on that. So that's already doing pretty good. I started the account at 9,000. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably do a couple. I'm thinking in September. I don't really need, like I said before, I don't need the challenge. But I think what I'll do is I'll do a couple accounts. I think the minimum you should start is $3,000. I mean, you can start less. You can start at $1,000 and still do okay. Especially on these minis. You know what they have now, at least where I'm trading here, they have mini, they released a mini oil, and they've released a mini 10-year. So that's gives you more options. And I won't in this video, I don't think I'll be going into that. We'll just be trading the NQ. Maybe we'll look at the ES. Let's look at the ES. Do I have an ES chart here? I do. ES 5 minute. I mean, it's going to mirror the NQ today. That looks great. Okay. Let's see what we have here.
Stop filled.
ES is in the same place. So what do we have? We have an overnight low here. I believe that's an overnight low. That is the low this morning. If we look back, let's look at the charts. Let's see where we want to go. Oh, I'm in an AMC position. I bought this whole leg down. Bought into here on the touch of the VWAP here. And then I bought this whole leg down. And then I pretty much bought at the close yesterday, expecting the movement that we're seeing so far today. What I'm really looking for in AMC, don't worry, nothing's really moving on the chart yet. I think it does. We've been above the momentum. I should have bought back here, but I just don't track these quote unquote meme stocks. They do come up on my scanners, but I don't have the, I'm just not interested in really tracking them or even tracking the sentiment around it. And I think you have to do some of that to trade these. But, you know, across the RDA here, across some of the momentum indicators, went momentum long right here. So this is when I started paying attention back in 20 August. Bought a little bit here, and then I bought more in this pullback as it was starting to breach. I'm looking for it to come up and test this level here. So I'm looking to get out right around 59 to anywhere in the 60s, and then hold some to see if they want to continue, I don't know, doing a short squeeze or whatever the hell they're doing. I have no idea. I don't follow that stuff that close. Let's see. This is the gold chart. Let's just straight up go to the SPX on this chart. So SPX, we closed it at a high. Same with NQ, NDX. Maybe we're in a weak test, not a weak open test. Maybe that's in the cards. It looks like it. So really, we shouldn't be going long until probably in this area. You know, one of the things that I'll be sharing that I see, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this before, but it's called the level. I don't know what I call it, but I need to come up with a better name. It's basically called next level, low or high. Basically, you go to your next level, which would probably be the weekly, and then you go to the low, and then you look and say, okay, well, here's probably the best entry area, which is the 4506. Oh, we are seeing some tick movement, so let's buy 3 on the tick. MNQ is trying to find a bid here. Maybe it's looking to actually get within the momentum indicators here. Actually, I don't like that. Time is it? It's 8:44. It's just kind of weak. Don't want to go short there. Rather see a test. Well, we'll sell 3. Now I'm going to be doing 3 positions of 3. I'm going to trade the way I would suggest you trade. So I'm going to try not to break any rules, as in what I'm laying out, which is we're going to do Basically, do cancel all here. We're going to do, 3, 6, 9, 12. I think the highest we'll go is 15. The reason why I didn't go long there is this exact reason. It just doesn't feel strong. I don't want to go short either. It's not the best place to short, because this could just as easily rip up, test the momentum indicators. Put another entry here. Actually, if it rips up there, it's probably going to rip up here. Let's look at the ES. That's what I was going to. There we go. All right, so let's buy 2 here. That's not the mini, is it? That is not the mini. So we'll just buy 2. All right, well, it's starting to range here. Okay. There's not much to do. It's so quiet. All right. So when I say level, it's really this. So here's something. Here's just a kind of initial sneak peek of this. This level negates all this price action. So, and you can see it stopped right at that level. Now, where's your next reaction point? Well, you have to go back in the chart. Is that level? No, that level's contained within that level. So you go to their next high. It's literally your next high or next low, which would be here. All right. So those are our 2 reaction points. All right. So what do we have so far? We have, if we go the 5-minute, yesterday pretty much from the open, gapped up, opened, ripped up, range, closed at, wouldn't say the highs, but it closed around the highs, obviously the highs for the day. There was a sell-off, actually into the close, I should say. So really it's, at this point in time, I mean, we could not chase the trade, but we could probably short here, short this into this. That's a little aggressive, so let's go here. Let's go above those highs. We're in the first, just trying to see what it wants to do. Somewhat of the challenge of this is that the big tick here on the MNQ is still momentum short, but it's in a possible changeover, so we'll remove that one. When you get times like this where it has a big move, then it gets quiet. It's you have to be very mindful of time. So it's 8:49. So we got 10 minutes, 11 minutes till 9:01, which is one of the times I look at. There is internals here. You can also look at internals to give you a better idea. So let's go look at big tech. Where are we at? So if we look at the big tech chart, we do see that it's above the day VWAP. It's above yesterday's VWAP. It's not really, one of the other things we could probably look at is we can probably look at Yeah, so the internals are showing us the same type of thing, which is it looks like it's gonna retest. Either way, I don't care to be involved. There's no reason to be in a trade. AMC looks like it's pulling back from that initial. So seeing whether or not this gets bought up is going to be key for today. Should have went short there because I did see weakness. We'll go short.
Order filled.
And then short right here. Let's cancel all this. Cancel all. Why is it not canceling that? Because I'm not on the right chart. That's why. Okay, why is the trading not showing up here? Show order. Ooh, look at that. A little too aggressive on that move. Let's move this down. I don't think it's going to rise before it falls. I think it's going to fall before it rises, based on my read of what's
Order
going on.
filled.
Let's go up there, and let's go up here, and 12 is the most we'll do. So where's our target? We go to NDX, 5 minute, put it in the chart. Well, the NDX has a level here and then here. So really we're
Order filled.
let's say it stops in this area. 503. Which will go down here and put in a buy and another buy. All right. This is invalid. I don't know why this didn't come back up in the trade mode. There it is, trade mode. Yeah, of course. Buy 3. That's my target. At least for 6. Got to be mindful though, when you see something like this and it's an approaching what is an obvious level. What these like to do, I mean what any chart likes to do, is come short of that and rip the other way. So, you know, you've heard it called front running. Basically, you want to try to front run whatever move's happening. Comes down to just predicting where the reaction points are. We might be a little early on this too, meaning that that level might be this area here. That might be where it actually wants to find that quote unquote support. I don't know what that noise was. Well, the internals hit the bottom, the 0 line, and then bounced. We want to see it breach that a little bit to then come down, test the weekly open. It's not a good sign for the overall day. Could make it a range day. Could make it it's a very indecisive day, more or less. All right, let's not. So let's, what was I going to say? We'll just protect a fierce move here, quote unquote. I don't want to be too close there. So they're trailing stops 9. It has to sell off here, or we should probably get out. I don't know about reversing. It is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not orderly, but it's not a fair sell-off.
Order filled.
All right. I got out. I just don't. I guess I should have been patient. I just don't like how it's holding up here. It could rip either way right now. Looks like it's going to rip down. But it could rip either way. It could rip up, come and test this level, or it could rip down. So just wait. Be patient. I guess I could have reduced that by half. The other thing I could have done. Yeah, as usual. Not as usual, but my read so far, the market seems like it's in the right direction. We are coming on the 9 o'clock close, so it's 8:59. So that's the other thing. I don't want to be caught in a rip up and then a sell off. So we'll sell here. And then we will buy down here if it gets there. Yeah. All right.
Order filled.
So we're going to sell into that and sell here. Sell here. Might be wondering why. Well, to me, this gave up where it's going. Come up here and test the RDA at 554, M9. So let's be a little less aggressive there. I was more aggressive with that
Order filled.
starting position. $901. All right. Now we expect to see an impulse up and then sell off. That's what I'm looking for. Otherwise, I should have bought that low. It's just a very odd place for it to stop. Not saying it won't, but just very odd. You know, what you're always looking for is clues. You know, so I can see this, but like I can see the 50% line. You know, I can say, okay, well, there's 50% of that move. That's around that. So always looking for clues. But look, this is the thing I don't say enough. If you choose to trade this way, meaning just charts, what are you saying? This is something I don't think a lot of people have thought about in their own trading. If you choose to trade just charts, you're saying that you can somehow derive some edge by looking at just charts. So I don't do any fundamental analysis. I try to maybe gauge a little sentiment, but not really. I try to get a general feel, at least how people are perceiving the market. But even then, it's not accurate. So what you're saying, if you want to be a straight up quote unquote technical trader, is that through looking at this chart and through reading what's happening in the market through indicators or whatever you're using, you can somehow devise an edge to pull capital from the market in a reliable fashion. You can trade with conviction. That's what you're saying. So in that, you should have a theory of how the market works, of how these charts work. You should have an idea of how are you getting this edge. And this theory is based on maybe the books you read, maybe you have a mentor, maybe you're going through my training, whatever it is. You should have a theory on how it works, and then you should be executing that theory in the market to pull capital from the market. I mention that because when you look at something like this, well, for me, one of my theories of the market is it just doesn't stop anywhere for no reason. And mainly this is from obviously experience, going back in charts, doing my own back testing, but it rarely ever just stops at a place for no reason. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know if it's the cosmos. I don't know if it's aliens. I don't know if it's there's 5 or 6 individuals in a room saying that we're going to stop right here, and then it sends all the information to all the big market participants. I don't really care. All I know is that that's the way I trade. So when I see it stop at a certain location, I look for reasons why it might potentially stop based on my philosophical reasoning on how the market operates, how I trade my edge. Right now, I don't see any reason for it to stop right there, based on my theory of how the markets work. I'm not chasing the trade. I'm being a little more patient than I would like to be in the trade. But I think the end target is still here, around here. That's the end target. Because I'm wrong a lot, I'm going to put these right around here. This is probably right where I should buy, right around here anyways. All right. So this is where you can use the levels on any. I'll do a video on this, but you've got a level here, which it's breaching, and then you've got a high here. The challenge with this is that every one of these highs are contained within this level. So technically they're invalid. Technically your next high should be here. Technically. But I'd use this high. I mean, that's standard, obviously. All right, looks like we're going to go up and test.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. I look at this as a fake run. We'll see if I'm right. I'm either right or wrong. That's the great thing about trading. You're either right or wrong. Very seldom are you in the middle. Should have waited for the RDA and M9 test, but whatever. All right.
Order filled.
AMC looks like it's reaching for that. There we go. It's going back up for the initial high of the day. All right. I've got to do it. See, I'm going to do this.
Order filled.
And then we'll do one more there if it gets there. So I couldn't help myself. Okay. I obviously traded the mini and then the NQ. So I added 5 positions on the NQ. Probably right where I should have originally entered for this short. Maybe a little bit higher. We'll see. Ooh.
Order filled.
There we go. So it looks like it wants to close this one here, right up near that level. And then next candle comes up, fails, and then it comes down. That's really what I'm looking for. Didn't scale in too good in that one. And the mini didn't scale in at all good. So you can see on the NQ we're up 600. Oh. Well, I expected to see this, so expected to come up here and fail. Oh, we'll sell into that. So you got your reaction point. See what I mean by this? This is what I mean by expectations on the market. AMC failed there, below the VWAP. Needs to catch up to that. So if we go here, look. It didn't quite reach that area. So
Order filled.
but I expect a reaction here in this area. Some reaction. That's my expectation on the market. That's my expectation of my trading.
Order
That's
filled.
me projecting out. Now we're at a loss at everything.
Order filled.
So I'd like to see it breach this high and then fail. It might even go higher than that. All right. Didn't I say I was going to go as high as 12? I did. need to get a better entry there. Technically, if you see this, it did go momentum long here. On the big tick chart, it's momentum long as well. So this is a interesting trade because it could very well find support here. And that could be the low for the day. So that's something to be mindful of. That very well could be the low for the day. The other thing you're keeping in mind is that, you know, in the first 45 minutes, typically the low or the high for the day is set. So that's the high, that's the low. So really what you're looking at is that the low for the day. Sometimes it goes to an hour, so you got a little bit of time here. If it doesn't sell off here, I probably have to get out at a loss. Two more minutes till 5-minute close. Will it close above this high? That's really what you're looking at. Your immediate thought. Does it close above this high? But we got to, I mean, obviously the next level we have up here is the M24. But I've put myself in a position so far in the sizing of this that I can't trade my way out of that. So if it does close up at this high, I'd have to just really get out. It's being really stubborn on the sell-off, though. Does not want to sell off. Almost below the zero line. It's right at the zero line, so that's kind of the price action you're seeing. All right. I want to see at least a sell-off here. All right.
Order filled.
All right, that was a 1 NQ. I'm going to put in some trailing stops on the NQ. I have no interest in going negative anymore. All right, there we go. What do we have? 18. So
Order filled.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's 12. $15. Now it could hit the bottom of this range and rip from there. So it's something to be mindful of.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
I'm happy to get out of here. I'm just not confident on that level yet. Once again, let's remind reactions. Okay? What's happening there? Well, there's a level there. What's happening? We're getting the reaction, the first reaction. So the first reaction obviously is the opposite of what the move is. So it hit that level, and then you see buy activity. Buy activity come up to test the momentum indicators. Failed on the first, so that's our expectation. Still trying to hold up. We expect it to fail here again. If it doesn't, then obviously we might be looking at something different. Got 3 minutes into the close of the 5-minute candle. If you're looking for a close below this level, then obviously what's your next reaction point? Your next reaction point is this low. Then you go to your next reaction point. So far not bad for starting at 9. We're up, what, $2,000 roughly? That's not bad. Obviously, I did trade some of the NQ. That's really where a lot of the P&L came from. I only have one position on the NQ left. Why do I have 2 trailing stops then?
Stop filled. Stop filled.
Yeah. I'm still going to sell that. If it
Stop
comes up,
filled.
I'm still
Stop
going to sell
filled.
that. So that's a pretty big reaction there off that. You might look at that as, well, maybe we should be going long. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not convinced it wants to stop here yet. Okay. Still wants to play around in that range. So really you have a choice. You can go long here, saying that reaction is enough for you to say, okay, well, there's a long narrative here, but you're in the middle of a range. It's not the best entry. You got momentum checks here. So really your best trade here is around the 5, 6, 7 level. Up here. That's your best trade. Or get into short. Get into short again. It might not sound like I'm too excited. I'm really not. I'll be upfront with you. I'm kind of I'm not worn out. That's not the word. I've got a lot to. I've outlined a lot of things, and I'm overwhelmed, and I don't know where to start. So that's kind of why I haven't done a video in a long time. Why I haven't done various stuff is because I've got a lot of ideas, but With sharing the Rexdog system, I do need, as I've gone back and looked at I need to refine some things and just make things a little bit more clear. But there's a couple people that have really got it and run with it, and that's taught me a lot about, okay, the things that I need to kind of look at, or how I need to really go forward to continue to share the system. It's the best system out there. I mean, I would just say it up front. Using the Rexdog system and what's in it, or a derivative of what's in it, I think will get you closer to becoming a trader on any time frame. And one thing I do want to do is a larger time frame. So I do want to do more like daily or 2-day trades, or more swing trades using the Rexdog system. I think that will help illuminate for people that can't do the type of scalping and type of trading that I do. So that's on the list for sure. The other thing that's on the list for sure is, and this is something I haven't shared before. Where is it? The BTC. I don't know what I named that chart. Don't worry, we're there we go. So this is a chart I haven't shared. I recently redid it. I had it on another symbol, another Bitcoin symbol. This is the Bitcoin going back all through history. I'll be sharing a video on this, specifically breaking down what are the important months, what are the moves, what's the important long-term moves. This will be in a data form too, so not just in a chart form. So it's on my list to do. So I'm just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I said, overwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed and overwhelmed. That's the word I'm looking for, or the phrase I'm looking for. How can that be? Well, I'm underwhelmed because I've shared what I really want to share, and it's like, how much more can I say the same thing? And then I'm overwhelmed because I do actually have a lot of things that I could share. It's just whether or not I don't even know if it, like, to me, even this trading here, where I'm only trading a $9,000 account, I'm doing it for people to see that you can trade it. But even now, I've traded it in a way that, like, this video is not the most helpful for people. Now, this is where we need to kind of think here. I'm watching not think. So what do we have here? Wait for the M24 test. That's what we have. I would have liked to got picked up there, but none of my positions got picked up. I don't have enough confidence in the retrace here to want to trade that. Anyways, I don't know what I was talking about. Like, I've got a couple other things in the fire, so to say, too, that are, a lot's happening around this time. Obviously, school's starting, or at least my daughter's starting college. You know, we got normal schedules are starting for like the winter time and stuff, or winter time's upcoming. So we got quite a few things going on. That's the other thing, probably. All right, so I'm gonna do this trade and then we'll end this. AMC needs to hold up here. Needs to break that high. You're not seeing the aggressive moves that you'd want to see on this. I'm not ready to take profit yet. I probably should. It did gap up. So that's a good sign that it gapped up. It's a good sign that neither one of these gaps have been tested too. I actually don't want to see the gap get tested today. I wanted to leave these gaps behind. That's what you want to see. All right. So what you're not seeing fierce buying or fierce selling really? We have the end of the opening range here. The initial opening range, initial balance of 1 hour. What do we have? Well, we have the high here. And then we have the low here. And the middle here, which has been rejected on this last run. So I'm going to
Order filled.
participate, quote unquote.
Order filled.
I have a participation trade in, meaning that my bias is still short. And once again, I'm impatient. Bias is still short. Let's see what's going on. I'm live trading. M24 test. $5.25. Could be a buy. It's just not. If we look at the internals again, so it bounced off the zero line. Why do I have a 50 on here? I don't need that. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm just saying it kind of hard to read. It could go either way. Could go, it could really right now the way it could easily rip higher as it could just rip right through these lows. I mean, it can always do that, but I mean, what I'm seeing here, it can do that. It's just interesting that it's finding a range in there. Now, maybe we go to big tech, get some clues. All right, so I just restart the video. I mean, what you're really seeing, I think, in this trading in the NDX is really skittishness because, look, we got Google here that's coming off an all-time high. We have Apple coming off an all-time high. We have Facebook coming off an all-time high. Now, without really, you can really look at what they're really trying to figure out, or not what's really happening on the lower time frame charts. As you can see it here, is that it's still tremendously momentum long here on the lower time frame charts. So really it's has a lot of momentum check-ins that it can find
Order
support.
filled.
Okay, that was loud. That it can find support on the way down, so to say. So it's unless it just rips through all this stuff, it has a lot of areas that within the system, at least, it has check-ins. Now it's already failed here on Google, so
Order filled.
really what we're looking for is a failure right here, up here, and then a continuation down to a lower level. It might not come. This actually might not happen. Actually, it might actually find support. Ooh, I didn't see that. 1,000. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. If it actually holds this level.
Order filled.
All right. Let's sell 3 more.
Order filled.
It's either going to sell off here or not. And I really break that down from these charts here. I mean, it has some room on Apple. Facebook has some room. Facebook's kind of already filled. All right. I think we might be good in our positions. So if you're short like I am here, expectations is 0 line test or below 0 line. Almost want to exit all this and get out, but I'll be patient, give it a chance to move against me again. Well, on the NQ, I think we're in an okay position. Not really, because now it has a problem. Is it has a momentum check-in here. I want it to fail at this momentum check-in. Buyers are strong today. Not strong. Buyers are stronger, and AMC had another sell-off. Where's my, oh, it was here. Why did I do AMC? Because I'm in crypto. Yeah. So that's not good so far for AMC, but the way it moves, it could easily move back up. And we are now negative again. So it either sells off here or it doesn't. So if it doesn't sell off here, then I should have been long. Fucking retarded. Okay. Sell off. What I was typing is it's either going to sell off here or not. So, in some ways, I should almost protect. What the hell was that? That didn't sound good. Not protect the profit, but in some ways, I should be looking to protect this run. All right, there we go. Okay, we're in it. Now we're going to see the sell-off. We're either going to see the sell-off or not. So it either rips down from here or we really need to go long. How many do I have? I have 10 there. So we'll do it in twos. And we'll do it here. 2, 6, 8, 10. So it's 950. All right. How many do I have there? 1, 2. Let's buy one.
Order filled.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. I would just wait. It's either going to sell off or not. It's probably going to come and take me out. That's the type of day it's been.
Stop filled.
Yeah. I should give it a little bit more room. But I want to end this. Sorry I got up. That was weird. I have things I want to do, so I want to end this. And then switch over to a bigger account, much bigger account, and trade the reaction from this.
Stop filled.
Yeah. Still think it's going to sell off. I just don't have the patience for it right now.
Order Stop filled.
I just took 5 off on the NQ. So where are we at? 14,000? from 9. It's not bad. I don't have much to say because not much is happening, literally. So it's like there's nothing really to talk about. Probably should check my other equity positions. Watching the chart in this scenario, I would not be watching the chart. Just because there's like, I'd be trading other things or just, so that's probably what I should be doing, just looking at other stuff. Bitcoin's 47. Let's look at the daily on that. Held that level so far. Gold's holding the momentum, hold the RDA on the daily. So we might want to look at gold. A little early. Is this the mini? This is the mini gold, I believe. Let's see. Buy.
Order filled. Stop filled.
Which stop got hit? Oh, I think it's coming to rise. Let's buy 3
Order
of these.
filled. Order filled.
And oops, is there an MGC? And ooh, don't like that. Not a great entry area. So we'll just do tight stops.
Stop filled.
Yeah, so I'm getting taken out of these positions
Stop filled.
on the MNQ and the NQ. I mean, I still think it has downside, but who knows?
Stop filled.
Yeah, there we go.
Order filled. Order filled.
Oh,
Order filled.
I made a rookie mistake there. And I'm making a rookie mistake here, because this looks like it's going to break out. So let's exit that and let's go long. Okay, what the fuck? Okay.
Order filled.
Ooh, we were up to 14 grand. Exit all.
Order filled.
And got 3 positions in. Exit those.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm not ready to go long here, but I'm not ready to go short. All right, I'm going to end this. Sorry, I'll be more excited on the next one. Not that I'm not excited. I've got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm just kind of like, I should do this stuff. So I'm going to end this. Hopefully this provided some insight. Really, here's where I'll leave you. Look, it can go either way here. So really it's just playing the extremes. I mean, technically we're a momentum short. So technically I should be shorting anything above here. Here's the day open, but it's so close to the day open and it's so close to the week open that it's going to hit one of those. So it's not going to, it might stay in a range for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So it could stay in this range for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So really it's just playing the extremes. That's all it is. That's all you're doing. And then if it does come to the day open, like up here, I'd short up here. Just because based on what I see here, the skittishness, I'd be very surprised if it comes back up here and it continues to a high. I would expect a pullback, even at least to the range, or just kind of more like an indecisive day. I could be completely wrong though. Like I said, I kind of trade the market as it unfolds. So there's no big moves. Obviously playing the extremes, and then that's kind of where we're sitting. So, what I would do in this scenario actually is I would have a couple just kind of entries out there, and I'd be doing a lot of other things. So I'd have like an entry right here, and then or an alert. I'd either have an alert or an entry, and then I'd have an entry kind of probably down here, and just kind of seeing what hits first, and then kind of making an assessment from there. But this is when you're in a range like this, unless you have a very clear signal on which direction you want to be, which one of these levels are going to get hit first, it's 50-50. I don't have edge right here. There's no edge right here. Nothing in this chart is showing me edge. Even on the tick charts, nothing on the tick charts is showing me edge. So it's all indecisive from kind of here on. So it's kind of where we sit. Look forward to seeing you in the next video, and good trading.